Monday. Good to have you with us. Rico's narcolepsy's absolutely kicking in today by 4:30. You are out of your mind. Driving, press conference, driving back like it's Smokey and the Bandit. This is going to be exciting.
Oh, buddy, I'm here for you.
Also, this guy has a valet pit crew on speed dial. We'll get to that later. Let's get into it, I guess. We'll start with the local stuff. I have bigger opinions about the tournament, but those can wait. I already stuffed Costa into a locker on the pod, so we'll just do this here. We will ask the question, but I absolutely think there's another side to the issue. It's a great sports week because both Michigan and Michigan State are still in. Not that the Michigan fan base knows that. Now, the 7 basketball fans do. But they're both in. We get to the second weekend. Both teams are in. And look, did either team play wonderful? No. Did they need miracle performances to survive? Yeah, I was rooting for Frankie Fiddler. That's how bad it got for State. For Michigan, Roddy Gale decided, hey, do you have this on your bingo card, Sparty? 28. What? That's a 20% shooter. 28. Fill it up. But they're both through. But here's the question that's been asked all day on this show, and I don't know that anyone has the opinion that I have. Oh, hey.
Well, let me ask you the question,
Yeah,
Mike.
go ahead. Do it for me.
Rico Beard, 97.1. Mike, would you like to see a rematch? I guess the third game of Michigan State.
No.
In the Elite Eight.
No interest.
No?
None.
Oh, it'd be good for the state of Michigan.
Yeah, see, that's a myth. Costa was like gobsmacked that I'm like, no, I have no interest in it. Well, why? You have to. I'm like, well, no, I'm an adult. I don't have to do anything. Well, what about trash talk? All right, flowchart. I'm an adult. Not interested. Here's reality for me. If I would rather not play Michigan in any sport ever again. I wish I lived in an alternative universe where we could just be A&M and leave. Because here's how it works. We've already pounded you into the dirt twice. We do it again, you'll rewrite history like you always do. If we lose, it'll be Dusty Mays, oh my God, Izzo's washed in your program's toilet. There's no point in any of this. We have done nothing but walk you like a dog for 25 years in basketball. It doesn't matter. You only come out of your cave 10 minutes before your team's in the tournament. None of you watch them. So if you think I'm excited to have these two teams meet, and if you think I'm going to sit here and have a group of people who haven't watched this team, don't know basketball, and can barely form sentences, Jalen Rose, call into this show and talk basketball, you're out of your effing mind. So no, bring on Auburn. I don't care. But there's no point in it. This idea that anything gets settled?
No.
Christ, we beat them for a decade in football. You know what got settled? Nothing. Right. So I'm not interested. I want to play whoever's in front of us. And if it's you or Auburn or your mother, I'll run her down with a bus. I don't care. You play who's in front of you. If we play Michigan, is it easier? Probably. Yeah. But it'll be offset by the fact this is what I do for a living, and I'll have to talk to deranged cultist mouth breathers for a week. No, thank you. Because so I'm all set. I don't need it.
No, history will get rewritten. If Michigan wins, well, see, the games didn't matter in the regular season. Look at what we've done. If they lose, well, Dusty may still accomplish more than Tom Izzo did his first year at Michigan State. He made it to the Elite Eight, and that's why we're still better than you. Moral victory. Raise that banner.
Right. If we win by 30, Dusty May will do another car wash going on every Michigan incel show nationally, talking about how he was victimized by a better team. Right. I don't know. I'm not into it. But listening to John and Jim, it was almost like heresy to say you weren't into it. I'm bored with it because, honestly, I don't enjoy playing Michigan in any sport. It's pointless. Beat them in football? Doesn't matter. Beat them in basketball? Doesn't matter. And the media just sits there like they've got their bathwater on tap, and they flip the switch and they just guzzle it up.
No.
So I'd rather play Satan than play Michigan.
No, and if you beat Auburn, you could say you knocked out the number 1 overall seed. It goes back to, I think it was a 2010 when State went on that run and they knocked out pretty much the entire Big East. They took out Louisville, then they took out UConn, and it was like these were the top teams in the nation.
They beat Kansas too, right?
They beat Kansas, yeah. And they just went through and knocked everybody off, and then they ended up getting jail sex by Carolina.
Ouch. No, for me, it's just I don't think State played that well this weekend. Obviously, Michigan had a very uneven couple of games, but they make the winning plays. But overall, it's like, what?
No, because I'm laughing because I'm watching the final minutes of that second Michigan game against A&M, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe they're not the Ponzi scheme that I thought that they were. And then Roddy Gale comes out there and he does everything, and then I'm just thinking, you're like, no, that's still Ponzi.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like an MSU is a bit of a Ponzi scheme. When are you going to win when your best player goes 1 for $1 million? The fact that I was clapping for Frankie Fiddler, who is atrocious, tells you what a miracle it was.
Mr. Frankie Fiddler to you.
Whatever, man. Basically paid the kid $100,000 a point.
Hey.
So, look, I just, for me, no. I'm happy both teams are in because you get a little bit of content. But for Michigan State, I don't speak for Michigan. I already told you, I thought their season was successful no matter what they did. Dusty May's done a wonderful job. For Michigan State, what did I say to you? The tournament doesn't start till next weekend. Like, if they lost, you could absolutely shut the program down. Like, if they lost to Rat Patino last night, shut it down. Literally, demolish Breslin.
No.
So, for me, I don't need it. If people do, you can tell me why. But my point is this. If you're a Wolverine and you want it, well, of course you do. You've lost to us twice. Why wouldn't you want a third shot at the bowling alley? If you're a Spartan, you know the drill. You know I'm speaking the truth. And I don't want to hear about this whole satisfaction quotient. There is no satisfaction beating Michigan because even when you win, you lose. Nothing matters.
The only satisfaction would come if those games were 1-point games and you won them both and it was just like, man, buzzer beaters. Okay, let's see what can happen. They weren't. It was a combined score of 30 points in the two games?
Exactly. So for me, no. But if fans want it, go ahead. You can dial the number. My biggest thing, I'm happy both teams are in it. I'm happy we got some juice for the tourney for week 2. Michigan's going to take on Auburn. Good luck. And State's got Ole Miss. We have PTSD from facing Chris Beard in 2019. I mean, it is what it is. I don't believe there are these easy matchups or great. You know who's got it easy? Duke. That's who's got it easy. They just casually strolled out there yesterday, picked up Baylor, put him into a wheelchair, and then pushed the wheelchair into the Grand Canyon. Yeah. That's a team that gets an easy one. Right. They are terrifying.
Right. And then turned around and looked at Baylor, and Baylor flinched. What?
Yeah, as Baylor was flying off the cliff like Hans Gruber looking up at John McClain. That was a disgrace. So look, let's hear it. Because here's what I'm not really into. It was like matter-of-fact Costa earlier. Well, you have to. Why do I have to want it? It's boring. We've already beat him twice. And it doesn't matter. There's nothing to gain, everything to lose. There's no point. Even after last time, they somehow managed to rewrite history with Logo Gate. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not. I don't need it.
I would even go back to 2019 when they played 3 times, but all 3 games were compelling. All 3 games were exciting. These 2 games this year, not that great.
Kenny, you were about to say something, so just go ahead and say it.
No, I find it funny that the response that we're getting on Ticket Text largely is proving your point. Is 100% proving, validating exactly what you've just said. Because it's a bunch of Michigan fans texting in going, oh, you're just jealous, Sparty. It's Sparty this, Sparty that, Sparty radio, the whole bit. The whole thing that we always joke about, oh, you're just a Sparty. That's what half the texts are. More than half. I'd say 80% of the texts.
But they're proving my point because these people are, first of all, clueless. They don't watch basketball. Second of all, they are malignant narcissists. They are delusional cultists. When you argue with an idiot, you become one. There's no argument. The question is, do you want it? My answer is, I don't. It's pointless. There is no rivalry. The rivalry is pure toxicity. It's gross. I'll say it again. If I could leave for the Big 12 or the ACC, I'd do it tomorrow. Now, I know some of your trash bag fans will still show up at a North Carolina game in their full regalia, their full Walmart suit they bought. Right. I have no other fan base does that. Right. None.
I experienced that yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Michigan State, New Mexico, and someone's there with their penis painted maize and blue. And you're like, okay, what are you doing?
Oh, no, it felt like Miami Heat. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. There's 5 people. What? Why?
I told you why in the pre-show. I may as well tell you why now. because they've got a false sense of self-worth to a team they didn't play for and a school they didn't go to. This is all they have, Rico.
Bruh, head to toe down to the Jordan shoes.
Oh, that's not all?
Your team is actually good, and they played yesterday.
No, but you're here playing dress-up. You see it all the time. You'll watch a Tennessee-South Carolina game, and there'll be some slob dressed head to toe in Michigan garb. No other fan base does it.
Right.
Hey, it's SEC Saturday night, Kenny. Georgia Tech. Cutscene. Guy dressed head to toe in Michigan gear. It's a psychosis. So, no, I have no need to play them again. Good luck against Auburn. Wish you all the worst. 248-539-9797. We can get into it. And, yes, I got a lot of thoughts on the tournament at large. Most of them are bad. We'll get to that a little later because I think it's the final chapter of what Rico has ruined. Your phone calls, your ticket texts.
Not fair. This is exciting.
Be curious.
This is exciting.